Hello, everyone. So today is Friday, the 21st of March, 2025. We just got back. Well, we've been back for, yeah, we just got back home anyway. From Comicon, well, from Planet Comicon in Kansas City, Missouri. We had a blast like we always do. We don't go every year. I think we go like every 2 years or something like that. Basically, it gives us a chance to save up our money for the next time we go and all of that, because we know like autographs can be expensive, and the tickets to get in there are expensive. Parking can kind of be a little expensive depending on where you park. So we don't do it every year. We just kind of do it every other year. But this year we decided to go ahead and go for it because we're hopefully going to buy a house this year. So that's kind of like our last hurrah for a little bit once we get the house, and then we know that we kind of have to settle down for a little bit. But anyway, like I said, had a lot of fun, and my pictures will be up here beside me as I go when I'm editing this. But yeah, we had a lot of fun at Planet Comicon. We did stop by a couple of booths. Some of my friends that worked some of the booths up there, we stopped by their stuff. Dorky Dino was one of them. My friend at Dorky Dino. I stopped by her booth and talked with her a little bit. So we stopped by Cosplay for Hope. I got another friend named April who works that. So, and then they're supposed to have a Cosplay for Hope con in Warrensburg in April. So April was her name, and they're having it in April. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to go to that when they have it. Already looking forward to it. I'm going to try to get my costume for it on my next payday. So, although I might try to get it this payday because I know that's coming up very, very soon. But at any rate, so I'll be ready for it. I'm already excited. I think it's going to be a blast. But yeah, what can I say? Oh, so outside of that, so of course when we first got there, we saw a Dalek on our way in, and I was dressed up like the 11th Doctor. So, of course, I had to, pose with that. And Angela she decided to get her picture with me on that one, which was really cool. So, yeah, like I said, we are having a blast already, and before we got in there. I will say, though, that they made us go into, like, a waiting area before we could go up because we're general admission. That wasn't as fun. We had to wait an hour before we could actually go up. I don't think they were expecting as many people to show up for general admission, so they had like 3 rooms. I wish they'd do something different on that regard of it, but it's okay. I understand why they did it, because that way we would have basically a way of getting up before so that way we didn't lose our spot in line, so to speak, and still got a chance to sit down for a little bit. But I wish they'd do something different there. It was kind of... because in that room we felt a little cramped, and it was kind of hot in that room too. That didn't help it out, but like I said, and then we were in there for an hour. But once we got out of there, everything was cool again. We got to go up on the escalator, and we immediately went to Autograph Row, as I like to call it. Angela was insistent that the first person we met was AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys. So AJ was really cool, by the way. We didn't have to wait long in that line to meet him, because we came immediately up there. I guess the people that had like the fast pass or whatever, a lot of them I think had already met him before we got up there. There's a few that were still going through his line, but I think a lot of them already met him before we got up there. So it didn't take too long to meet him. I know there's one girl in that line that was like fangirling out when she met him. She had a poster from back in the 90s when she first saw him at one of the Backstreet Boys concerts. So she was like freaking out, showing him the poster that it was still, perfectly intact, and it was on her wall, and it reminded her of that concert that they had in Kansas City, and all this and that. I didn't catch everything, but anyway, she was fangirling out. I looked over at Angela and I told her, I said, dude, because Angela goes like, see, look what you got to put up with. I'm so sorry. I totally get it, because, if one of my favorite bands or band members was up here, I would be totally fanboying out and going to get their autograph too. So I totally get it. I know where y'all coming from. It's perfectly fine. Do your thing. So we got up there to meet him, and Angela goes like, yeah, so I kind of made him come up to your line first. And that's when AJ looked back at me. Or no, she said something like, I suggest we come up here to you first, and he's okay with it, or something like that. And AJ looks back at me and goes, smiles, he laughs a little bit. He goes like, yeah, good man. Okay, cool. So, but yeah, we talked to him for a little bit, and then I took the photo of him and Angela together. So that was really cool. And he shook my hand afterwards. Like I said, we talked to him for a little bit. Angela did more talking than I did, but that's okay. But he seemed like a really cool, down-to-earth guy, so that was really cool. Next was Alex Kingston, who plays River Song from Doctor Who. I wanted to meet... David Tennant was there. I wanted to meet him, but his line was super, super busy. And if you didn't have a fast pass, or you didn't have... Basically, you didn't already have a photo op from him, then, if you didn't already have that paid for, you're pretty much SOL. But, I mean, you could still kind of meet him, but it was hard. The lines were long. So if you weren't like the first one in his line, you were just kind of, But it's okay. I mean, I totally understand. He's a very popular guy. I would have loved to meet him, but Alex Kingston was right next to his booth, which was also right next to AJ's booth, so I didn't have to go very far. So I was like, she's the next best thing. I like Matt Smith is my favorite Doctor anyway, and it seemed like Alex Kingston, she did a lot of more work with Matt Smith than she did David Tennant. So I was like, I want to meet Alex, because that would be cool. And I meant to ask Alex how she liked working with Matt Smith, but I didn't, when I got up there, I forgot what I was going to ask her, so. Because I was in her line, I was kind of like halfway through her line at the time. Meanwhile, Angela, she tells me, like, well, while you're in this line, I'm going to go meet my people. Okay. So like I said, I got halfway through. Angela comes back up, and she goes like, well, I can say about a third of the... Let me go backtrack. It was about a third of the way through that line. She comes back. She goes like, yeah, so I just met Tom Paine. Jesus. I'm pretty sure that's who she met first. And you're like, okay, that's cool. She's like, yeah, I met him. That was really cool. She goes, now I'm going to go meet Jim Beaver, and I'll be back. Okay, cool. So, who plays Bobby from Supernatural. So, she goes and meets him. She comes back. I'm now like halfway through the line. And I told her, I said, I wanted to meet Chris. Since I wasn't going to meet David Tennant, I was kind of wanting to meet Christopher Lloyd, who plays the Doc, on Back to the Future. I kind of want to meet him, but I said, his line is super long, too. I said, there's no way. I said, like, I could do it, because I think he's basically up there all day just signing autographs. But his line is, like, super, super long. And I said, I don't want to spend the entire, day of this convention standing in line waiting on an autograph. So I was like, I'd rather not get his. I'll get somebody else, someone who's not as busy. And that's when Angela told me, so like, well, if you want to go see Jim Beaver, he's right behind us. If you want to go meet him, he's cheaper. I mean, like, his autograph is cheaper. It's $50, and he's a really nice, cool person. You'll like him. You know, like, I've already met him. Why don't you just go up there and meet him and then come back? I'll hold your spot. So she held my spot because we made sure it was cool with everybody. And then we, you know, so she held my spot. I went over there. I met Jim Beaver. Got him to sign. When he signed mine, I had him put "You Idjit" on there, so it says "Gail, you Idjit." So I like it. Yes. Came back to that line. The one guy looks at me like, "Oh, so you did have him put "You Idjit"?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did," because I do that a lot with the different actors. Like if I know they have like a famous line, and I'll have them put that in with their autograph. Makes it kind of unique. And so I had, because I had Alex Kingston. When I finally met her, I was making sure that she put "Hello, Sweetie" on her autograph. So in there it says Gail, "Hello, Sweetie," and then she signed it. So yes. So I got that and got the photo op with her too. So that was really cool. And yeah, really cool day. Did end up meeting Tom Payne also, because Angela had another question for him. So we went back up and she asked him which show he liked more, The Walking Dead, or I can't think of the other show. Angela, what?
Prodigal Son.
Particle Son. So he said actually a Particle Son he liked better than The Walking Dead. He said they kind of gave him more freedom on that set. He said it's kind of hard for me to say though, because he said I love both. But he said if I was going to say, he goes, I go with that one for that reason. And who was the actor that he worked with?
Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen played his dad on Prodigal Son.
Yeah, Michael Sheen. He said I really love working with him. He said he's a really cool guy. So he said they kind of hit it off on set, and that was really cool too. So I might be something for me to check out, because Angela said I would probably really like The Particle Son. I haven't seen it yet, but now I might have another show to add to my list of things to watch. So there you go. Then we went through, like I said, we went through the different booths. I got a new license plate. Not sure where all that is. Angela's got it. She's got my back. I gotta show it off. Oh, and then Angela got a book. Angela got a book. But this is what I got. So I got Stark 4 for Tony Stark. So I'm gonna put it up somewhere in here. So that's my Iron Man and my Marvel stuff to add. Oh, and then Angela got a book. She got assigned a book. Princess of Air. So she met the author, and I guess the author told her it would be really cool. She got it signed, but I don't know where she signed it. Maybe on the inside. I guess it's on this page. To Angela, enjoy. Ooh. She got some romantic pictures in here, too. Interesting. So she got that book. She met the author. So that was really cool. But yeah, so we had a really cool day. Other than the autographs, this is the other thing I got. So I was saying I spent maybe, all in all, I spent $165. That's what I spent. So I did good. That's all I spent. Other than I think other than the parking and the gas to get up there, I spent at the convention itself. I only spent $165. So I didn't do too bad. I spent less than Angela.
I think I spent $80 on Tom Payne, $50 on Bobby,
$130.
and I think $100 on Backstreet Boys. But that was just on
$230.
Celebrity Row.
And maybe $20 for the book.
No, actually, no. I take that back. For Tom Payne, I spent $130 because I did the combo and then I got Daddy his picture.
Oh, yeah. So she spent a little bit more than me, but hey, I mean, it was no contest as far as that goes, but I spent less than she did. But that means that Sunday, because we got a tea party that we're going to on Sunday, and they have some tattoo artists there. So that means if they got a really cool tattoo, I can spend more money. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go all that out. If they do have a cool one, I might do it. Other than that, I'm just there to enjoy a tea party and have a good time, and yeah. So that, and to record a really cool video from the tea party. That's my idea. Show it off. But yeah, we had a great time. I enjoyed it. Our trip to Comicon, it was a lot of fun. So, and yeah, so SmackDown results will go on tomorrow's episode, and then which I'll record on Saturday. I don't know if it'll upload on Saturday or not. I know this one will probably upload Saturday. When it'll finally upload sometime Saturday morning or late tonight, but more closer to Saturday ish. So there you go. The 22nd. So like I said, I don't know if my Saturday episode will upload Saturday or if it'll upload Sunday. And the same thing with the tea party. I don't know. Chances are I'll record it on Sunday, the tea party, but it probably won't upload until Monday. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm a day late, but I'm not $1 short. So there you go. I am not. All right. Anyway, getting into this. So first off, we've got to finish the video off. We got to do the questions of the day, right? So questions of the day. Let's see what we got. Black Book first. Now I got one question to answer out of this one. We just got the one because I'm all caught up. Let's see if I can get to the right question. What do you think the world needs most right now? Just like the song. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's what I believe the world really needs right now. Love. I mean, we've got a lot of hate going on right now in this world, more than what we've had in the past. A lot of hate going on right now in this world, and I think, and I'm not, like I told you guys before, I am not political, not by any means of the imagination. I think that both the Republicans and the Democrats are responsible, though, for a lot of that hate, and they need to stop all that stuff and actually work together for a change. That's what needs to happen for this country, and that's what needs to happen for the world in general. We need to put all of our opinions, and I think the big thing is people need to respect other people's opinions. We don't need to hate on people because they don't have the same opinions as we do. And that is what is hurting this country right now, and that's what's hurting the world right now in general. We need to respect other people's opinion. If they're wrong, they're wrong. They have every right to be wrong. But in an opinion, you're not right or wrong. It's just an opinion. That's all it is. Why people get so offended by opinions, I don't know. And while we're at it, too, because this is what I don't know if it goes off this question or not, but it's a topic that Angela and I we were talking about, so I figured I would address it in this, because we get it a lot lately. She gets it more than I do. But I get a lot of people asking me, why aren't you guys in church every Sunday? You guys were doing good, going to church every Sunday, and then you all quit. Here's my thing. And Angela has her opinion. This is mine. Okay? So I just figured I'd address the elephant in the room, because I'm getting tired of the question. I know it's going to keep coming up. but I'll still address it. My thing is, like I told Angela, Sundays are my day. It's my day off. I only get so many days off, and then that's it. Sunday is my last day off before I return to work on Monday. It's my last day off before I return to work. I said, you know what? I said, and the thing of it is, I've been to 3 or 4 different churches now. I've tried different ones. And of different religions. And even though the religions might be different, or the churches might be different, one thing stays the same. No matter what, it's still a congregation, and as such, they still have their own rules. Each of them have their own rules for their people or their flock or whatever you want to call them to follow by, because they feel that's the right way to go. And if you don't follow it, then they want to know why you didn't follow it. And they're kind of being judgmental. And my thing is like, okay, well, you know what? First off, as I said before, without love, sweet love, and in the hate, I'm just entitled to my opinion about the Bible and the meaning and everything else as you are. At the end of the day, it's an opinion of an interpretation. It doesn't mean that you're right. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's just your opinion. I have my own. And then you all want to say that I'm wrong or whatever. And like I said, some of the rules that they have in some of these churches aren't so bad. Some of them are a little bit more harsh. I don't know. I don't care. And, because maybe they want to judge me by what movie I went to go see. Maybe they want to judge me because of who I voted for in the last election. I've had that happen before. And other things. It's like, this stuff is none of your business. It really isn't. What I do outside of church is none of your business. I am respectful when I come in. I listen to you guys. Tell me, read the Bible. I listen to the minister, whoever that might be, whatever he may be called. I listen to him tell me about his opinion of the Bible for at least 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what church it is. At least that long. I'm respectful the entire time I'm in there. I don't interrupt him. I don't storm off. I don't, just cause a scene, anything like that. So I do what I'm supposed to do while I'm in church. What I do outside of church is none of your business. And like I told Angela, I said that, and I said, no offense, but I have bosses that I have to report to at my work site. I have to do that all week long while I'm working. I said, my weekends are my weekends. I don't report to anybody on my weekends. That means that I don't report to any church either. I said, yes, I believe in God. Yes, I still read the Bible. Yes, I still pray. But that does not mean that I answer to your congregation or anybody else's. If you want me here to learn the Bible, then fine, I'll learn it. But here's the thing, and that's what I told Angela too. I said, and here's my other thing about the Bible. Everybody seems to think that the Bible is gold. It is, well, it was written by God. I'm like, okay, the original version, yes. God spoke to those people and they wrote down his word. But, here's a big but to it. And I'm not dissing them or what they're saying. That yes, I can see maybe a being telling you his word and then you're writing it down. I get it. I see that. I have no problem believing that. I could see that happening. My problem with that is I don't have anything against God, but I have something wrong with the people that wrote it down. Maybe not the original people that wrote it down. They might have been totally honest and wrote it down word for word what God said. But have you ever played that game Telephone? Because if you ever played that game Telephone, where what you start off saying is not what that guy at the end says at the end. Back when we were in school. It's the same thing with the Bible. That Bible has been rewritten several times. It has been republished several times. That's why we have different versions of the Bible. Is because of how many times it's been rewritten and who published it. So, therefore, what you're getting isn't exactly word for word what God wrote down. It might have been when it first started, but it's not now. So I tell people all the time, and I keep saying it. I said, I know your church is going to keep telling you guys, and by the way, this is my opinion, so don't get mad at me. But anyway, your church has told you guys time and time again that the Bible is right, word for word. It's not right, word for word. It's been rewritten several times. It's been republished several times. You're playing the game of Telephone. So, the Bible is important. Don't get me wrong. I still read the Bible. So, I'm not saying it's not important. It's still important. But at the same time, don't take it word for word. Take it with a grain of salt. Especially when you see that, no offense, but when you see King James as a version, King James has that version because it was his published company that published the Bible. The king had it done. And when he had it done, because he owns that publishing company, he can put whatever he wants in that Bible. Now, a lot of people said he didn't add anything to it. He tried to keep it as original as possible. But come on, if you're the king, are you going to really let that out that you changed it? No. Are your people going to let it out that you changed it? No. They're not stupid. You're the king. You could easily them if you wanted to for them talking. So that's what I'm saying. Is like, yes, I'm not saying not to believe in the Bible. I'm not saying, because I think there's a lot of truth in the Bible. But I'm just saying don't take it necessarily word for word. That I don't believe in doing. I don't believe in learning it verse for verse, word for word. It's, at the end of the day, that's, I don't know if that's really going to help you. You just need to take from the Bible, take the lessons that you know, but other than that, everything else is like with a grain of salt. Just understand. Like, for example, when it said, well, I don't want to get into all that because I don't want to talk about that. But anyway, that's my thing. That's why we don't go to church. We still believe in the God. We still believe in the Bible. We still pray. And then Angela and I, every now and then, I wouldn't say every now and then. We do it at least once a week. It just depends on what day of the week we do it on. But yes, we have our own Bible, or our own church, so to speak, where we kind of talk about our opinions of the Bible or what we believe in with the Bible. That's our church, and then we go on because we know we're not being judgmental with each other. It's just us having our opinion. We trust each other, and we know that whatever conversation that we have between the two of us stays in the room. It's not leaving the room. So we're okay with that. That's just my thing. Because if you don't think those people don't exist in the church, you're wrong. If they exist at your work site, they probably exist at that church too. You're not getting away from those people. So, no matter what you do, my best way to get away from them is not, church, no offense to them, but Sunday's my time. And yes, I still read the Bible on Sunday. I still pray on Sunday. I still do what I'm supposed to on Sunday. I just don't do it in a church setting where people can judge me or think what they want to of me. I just don't go. So, if If you want to judge me by not going and you want to pray for me, then by all means pray for me. But that's just my opinion. So anyway, moving on. I talked about that. I'm already 30 minutes in, and I haven't know the Missouri Day of History. So let's get into it. Missouri Day of History. Oh, I didn't do my other questions yet. I'll do them next time. I'll do these next time since I already gave that opinion, and that took forever. So, getting into this, let's go. So we're into March. And the 21st. We talked about a haunted thing yesterday. I was really intrigued. I got to see what Jason said about that, too. Marthieve Manor. Mr. Marthieve Manor, because, like I told him yesterday, like, him and Mary Lee need to get back with me and see if we want to do that. So, I'm still throwing that out there if we want to. Angela and I are in. So, I don't know if we'll do it this year, but we're in. If y'all want to, I mean, we just got to know ahead of time so we know to put it in. But, I mean, I'm off the week of October. I mean, that week of October leading up to Halloween, I'm off that week. And I think Angela's got that week off too, but I'm not sure. I'd have to ask her. But at any rate, I know she's probably got Halloween off. So we're kind of looking for something to do that weekend or week. Yet we don't have exactly what we want set in stone. So if y'all want to, I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there. So, but at any rate, now that I might have people mad at me about my opinion of church and the Bible, I'm moving on. I might have made people mad at me. So, I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't care if you're mad at me or not. If you want to cancel me, go ahead. But that's my opinion. That's my thought, and I'm moving on. So, all right, March 21st. We go back to 2006, and we're talking about Twitter. Twitter is launched by a guy named Jack Dorsey. And just so you know, Jack Dorsey is from St. Louis. Of course he is. This book is a lot about St. Louis already. But anyway, he was under the name Jack. So there you go. That's his username is @Jack. Or I guess it was. But he sent out the first tweet on the new platform called Twitter. So he was the first guy to do it. So he launched it. And his tweet that he sent out to everybody was just setting up my TTR. So just setting up my Twitter. Wow. So thanks to Twitter and Dorsey's other business ventures, including Square. I have no idea what Square is, but if you all do, great. I'm tech savvy, but I do not know what Square is. He became a billionaire before the age of 30. Twitter now is estimated at 145 million daily users, making it one of the most influential news distribution systems in the world. And you know what? I have a Twitter account, and I hardly ever use it. I've got one, but I hardly ever use it. I hardly ever get on there anymore. I used to get on there quite a bit just to see what the... But I don't know if I told Angela that or not, but the only reason I ever got on Twitter, to be honest, was just to see what the celebrities said, because a lot of times you would hear bickering back and forth with celebrities, so it was kind of fun to go on there just to see what they say back and forth with each other. But that was my only reason, is just basically just to hear the who said what thing. But now I could care less. I know a lot of celebrities still do that, but I could care less. I don't really use Twitter that much. I use Facebook quite a bit, and the only reason I gotta be honest, the only reason I really use Facebook a lot is because I have a lot of friends and family that are on Facebook, so that's the way that a lot of us keep tabs on each other, is that we use Messenger, and we excuse me. But we put a lot of our events on Facebook. family events. And we wish each other a happy birthday a lot through Facebook. In fact, now I think Facebook took the place of our birthday cards, and in some cases, I think it took the place of Christmas cards as well. So, because everybody's like, well, it's a lot cheaper just to send you a message on Facebook than it is to buy a card and then buy a stamp and send it to you. So, oh well, it is what it is. So, I'm still old school, by the way. If you want to, I still send out Christmas cards, as my friends know and my family knows. And I also tell them, hey, if you want a birthday card, I'll send you out a birthday card too. All you gotta do is just let me know you want one, and I'll send you one. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. A lot of times I just do it through Facebook, but I mean, if you want a birthday card, I'll send you one. It's not a big deal. It's not like birthday cards are expensive. Stamps have went up a little bit, but they're still not that bad. So, still nowhere near as expensive as, still nowhere near as expensive as my gas bill each week. So, I mean, I'll take it. Not a bad. I can deal with it. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. That's the Missouri Day of History for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace out. I hope y'all liked my video, my special one for today. And hopefully I didn't chase all y'all away with my Bible opinion, but it's out there now, so there you go. And on that note, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.